Rolling.
Hey, I'm sure you know who we are because you've logged on to the Facebook page and it's the Prodigy Facebook page. So
It's the Prodigy questions.
we're the dudes answering your questions from the Facebook page.
Mike, how can we send you new sounds for collabs?
Hey, Mike. I think, I don't know how you send them, but I'm sure if you you contact through the Prodigy official website, I'm sure your voice will get heard. So yeah, send something to the official site, and someone will read it, and we'll take it from there.
I've seen you play 14 times, 4 of which were abroad. India was my last trip, Serbia is next, and I'm hoping one day you'll head over to Thailand. What are the chances of that happening? I can imagine Bangkok welcoming you with open arms. Take it easy and bring the fucking walls down next month in Belgrade.
And you want us to say the whole question again?
Okay,
No,
so
yeah. Thailand. Hopefully we'll be there next year, the end of next year, or maybe the year after. We can't say. Do you know what I mean? You know, our goal at the moment is to finish the album and get that in process, and then wherever the fans are, we'll go.
I'll tell you what though, whoever that is, they say that they've been to 14 shows. Damn, you need a medal. I mean,
Respect to you.
That's good, you know. Thanks for that. And yeah, we'll be bringing the walls down, don't you worry, that's for sure.
If I invite you to some unofficial party, will you join us?
No.
No. Thanks for the invite, but,
Good invite, but
that unfortunately for you, whoever that is, that's one of maybe 100 invites, and we can't make all the parties. So we try to make our own party. So.
Respect to you though.
But thanks for the invite.
Come to our party.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what is that something that makes you keep coming back in Serbia. P.S. Keep on coming back.
Coming back to Serbia, it's simple, one word, the people.
The people.
Simple.
The fans, the people, the energy.
Yeah.
Keep coming back. As long as people want us here, we'll keep coming back.
Yeah, we heard the voice of the people when they voted at Exit on the 10th anniversary. So, yeah, that's us. We're rolling.
Is Serbia one of the countries that you the most appreciate, and why?
I think every country has a vibe about it. Wherever our fans are, we go to play. So we kind of like to not really see a country, but just see our fans. So it's hard to sort of say we have a favourite because everywhere has a flavour.
Yeah.
But
Everywhere has a vibe, and from Japan to Russia, Germany, Serbia, Australia, everything has a vibe, and always remember something about the fans and the energy. Do you know what I mean? Every place has its own.
I think coming here in '95, and for what you guys had been through, we didn't know at the time.
Yeah.
We don't follow politics, and we would come here quite naively. We just got to feel that there was some sort of release. Definitely makes it special. We feel that energy, but we love all our fans. We love everywhere.
After 20 years, do you get tired of each other? How strong the Prodigy is as family?
We're a strong unit, and
Yeah.
I think the key into our relationship is we respect each other's space.
Yeah.
We don't go on tour for like 6 months straight because we'd be pissed off with each other. Do you know what I mean? So, we keep the balance right. We tour for the right amount of time. We're at home for the right amount of time. We're in the studio for the right amount of time, and we keep that energy flowing between all three of those elements.
We're like brothers, We truly like brothers. There's a bond that all these years have formed that, he has no words really, has no rules or no, we don't know how it happened, but it's happened. So yeah, we're brothers.
Exactly.
We argue, we annoy each other. We,
exactly.
As family and as brothers do, but the bond is there. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you feel that the Prodigy is setting trends or finding inspiration in current trends, or a mix of both?
Good question, actually. I think that we take something from present, but the underbelly of the Prodigy is the roots of who respected when we were growing up.
Yeah.
I don't think we, you know, the Prodigy, that's what makes the Prodigy sound and the Prodigy what it is. And, you know, everything that's on the surface is a flavour of what we're hearing in the air. But you know, we're always fighting to not just replicate the current trend, because that's not us for a start, and it's lazy.
We always believe that, you know, well, I believe that, you know, the style you set is kind of when you're 12, 13 years old, and your influences, and you always carry that through your life, you know, and we have got our own influences, but what are we influenced by? Well, you know, musical taste, it's so vast, do you know what I mean? But it's predominantly heavy music, things that stir us up, things that turn us on, things that ignite us, do you know? When you hear a fresh track, you think, fucking hell, who's that? You know, and things that really stir you up, and that gives you energy.
Yeah, it's got to have the fire,
you know, to get back into the studio and to write tracks, you know, to write the next, you know, the last track we've written, to write an even better track than the last track we've written, do you know what I mean? And push the boundaries on that kind of level.
Do you know anything about Serbian music, and what is your favorite Serbian band?
Well, the only time I've been in contact with Serbian music is when we were choosing the bands for the Warriors Dance. So, you know, so I can't say that I've got a favourite. That would be a lie. But the bands that we've chosen are bands that we're into.
Yeah.
You know, and there's something about them. The DJs, the bands. You know, there's something about them that we respect, and that we saw an energy. So, but I don't have a favourite. No, I can't say that.
What music, bands or performer you like to listen in free time? Driving a car?
Do you know what?
You know, I don't really listen to that much music at home, you know. But when I'm in the car, you know, I do listen a lot of old beats, you know. I listen to old hip hop, Public Enemy, Rage Against the Machine. You know, but there are tracks now which are, you know, which come out. You know, there's a track by this guy called Zed's Dead. Do you know? It's a bad track, man. Do you know what I mean? And I do listen. There are certain tracks that stand out and think, man, that's a fucking banging track. And I just put it in my car and I drive and listen to it. But you know, there's not really one style of music I listen to. I listen to everything.
Greatest thing that's happened for me with music is, well, two things. One is shuffle on the iPod. You know, just put everything on your iPod, press shuffle, and then there's just gems coming out that you've always owned, but you'd probably never listen to because you always choose, and that choice stays sometimes within the same bracket. Whereas, you know, it's on there for a reason. You've brought it. There's something about it you like, and things pop up. Yeah. And another thing I've been doing is Shazam it. If I like a track, I'll just Shazam it. I'll buy it and then make like a fresh sort of playlist of 50 Shazammed tracks. So I just kind of listen to them again because there's something about them that I liked. You know, sometimes I might think, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But,
so there are times where I actually sit down at home and just search the internet and try to find tracks which haven't been played. You know, there's, you know, obscure tracks and things that just excite me. You know, I don't just go for the basic thing and go on iTunes and try and look for tracks.
Okay.
Okay.
There's some new music.
When is your new album coming out?
We don't know. As soon as, I mean, the real honest and the real quick answer to that is as soon as it's done, as soon as it's ready, and only when it's ready. But the energy's good, the band's in, they're recording, so yeah, it's happening.
Will you play No Good or Voodoo People at Warriors Dance in Belgrade?
We don't know.
know.
We haven't put the set list together yet, so.
We'd like to freshen it up, you know. Obviously we've been doing some shows in Europe, but when we do Warriors Dance, we'll be a totally different set, so we don't even know what's going to be in it yet.
How long do you think you can keep up with Prodigy?
Keep up with Prodigy? We are the Prodigy.
We're keeping up. We are up.
We are up.
The energy's good. I mean, do you know what? I think the band's key to its life is each year just keep rolling, do a year, look and if it's relevant to move on, we move on.
Yeah.
You know, there's no grand plan. There never has been. So I don't think it's definitely not time to look to the future. The energy's, you know, we feel we're at our best. So, you know,
we live for the next show. Do you know, it's about the next show, and that's it. Do you know,
Yeah.
and then the next show after that. And we've always done that from the start. You know, we've always just looked for the next big party, the next big crowd, look forward to the next big tune, and that's us. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Peace. Good. Can I take this off now?
Yes.